Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the donation of a mobile file hospital for the Ministry of Health by United States. Paris Summit towards a revival of African growth. Welcome to our newsroom. President Gele receives warm congratulations from the United Nations Secretary General. The Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Antonio Guterres, has in a letter dated yesterday, May 17, 2021, sent his warm congratulations to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Gele. I would like to congratulate you on your inauguration as President of the Republic of Djibouti, and I wish you every success in the exercise of your duties, wrote the UN Secretary General in the telegram sent to the head of the state. I also wish to reaffirm the commitment of the United Nations to accompany the government and the people of Djibouti in the implementation of national development priority and the constructions of the prosperous future. In accordance with the Vision 2035, he then noted, I am confident that your government will continue to play a central role in the pursuit of our many shared priorities, in particular peace, security, cohesion in the Horn of Africa. Mr. Guterres continues before reiterating his wishes for success and the assurance of his highest consideration to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Gele. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, participated today in a video conference in a meeting of the Political and Security Committee of the African Union on the situation in Libya. This meeting was chaired by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Algeria and also Chairman of the PSC. It was also attended by the Deputy Prime Minister Christophe Lutundula, the Minister of Foreign Affairs Cooperation of Congolese, and the representative of the African Union High-Level Committee on Libya, as well as Mr. Musa Faki Mohammed, chairperson of the African Union Commission. During this meeting, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, first recalled that the objective of this meeting. He also specified that security and stability in Libya have been from the beginning and remain a priority for the African Union and the whole of Africa, which follow very closely to the evolutions of the situation in this country. The Minister of Health, Mohamed Warsama Diriye, received the General Stephen Townsend, commanders of the United States of Africa Command and United States Ambassador to Djibouti, Mr. Jonathan Pratt, presided together over the ceremony of reception and commissioning of a mobile file hospital. The Minister of Health was accompanied by the Minister of Defense, Mr. Hassan Omar Mohammed, the Minister of Interior, Moumin Ahmed Sheikh, and Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden, Chief of the Staff of the Gendarmerie, took part in the ceremony of receptions of the mobile file hospital at Pika 12. This file hospital, equipped with the medical equipment and technical platform, and a capacity of 40 beds. Hospitalization also has rooms of negative pressures, and for the prevention and control of infection is an essential element to fight against the epidemic. In his official speeches, the ambassador of the United States in the Republic of Djibouti, Jonathan Pratt, said that this hospital is part of a partnership between the two countries, and stressed that this medical structure will give the Djiboutian people the means to respond quickly to a variety of humanitarian crises and public health. Now listen to General Stephen Townsend, commander of the United States Africa Command.
Acknowledge all of our Djiboutian medical personnel, both civilian and military, for their sacrifice on the front line of COVID-19. All of them put their lives on the line every day to keep this country moving forward through the pandemic. I want to thank those Djiboutian frontline workers for their courage, their compassion, and their leadership. The U.S. Embassy and U.S. Africa Command stand with our Djiboutian partners. This field hospital is a symbol of our long-term investment in Djibouti. It is the same caliber, it is the same quality that the U.S. military uses. To date, the U.S. Department of Defense has contributed $6.2 million to Djibouti for COVID relief. This includes protective equipment, other medical equipment and supplies, another hospital like this one, a little smaller but like this one, and this hospital today. The United States will continue to support Djibouti in their COVID response effort. And we are working to arrange additional donations in the future to include an intensive care unit for this hospital.
For his part, the Minister of Health, Mohamed Warsama Diriye, stated that in his speech that this mobile field hospital will allow an efficient response to possible health emergencies.
Mon plaisir est d'autant plus grand
Project MENFOP and the Education Development Center organized today a workshop to validate the activity and competencies referential on the recently opened BTS Cuisine at the Lycée Hôtelier Tahta. The Secretary General of MENFOP, Mohammed, and the USAID representative sponsored the opening ceremony of the workshop. More generally, this diploma responds to the labor needs of the hotel sector, supported by the consultant John Biffenoir, recruited under the employability project of the Djiboutian workforce on funding from USAID. The inspection of the tertiary and hotel trade has developed the repository of activity and skills of this training. This work is subject to reflection and analysis by professionals of the trade, whose remarks and comments will be integrated into the reference system of the trade. Indeed, the contribution of the professionals in the field in the development of training programs is essential. For his part, the Secretary General of MENFOP, Mohammed Abdallah Mahyoub, urged the participant in particular the representative of the major hotel of the places and the FFDG to share with the technicians all their remarks and thoughts on the documents presented. The meeting room of the Secretary of State for Youth and Sports hosted this afternoon a meeting of consultation and preparation between the officials of the Secretary of State for Youth and Sports and INAP in the framework of the capacity buildings of CDC executive through technical and academic training. After those of the capital, it is for the benefit of the staff of the interior region that the training will be launched on May 23 simultaneously in the two regions of the interior, in Addis Ababa for the staff of the southern regions and in Obok for the northern region. This training by experts in the files aiming and strengthening the capacity of the CDC executive for a better performance of those structures, having for noble mission the integrations and the blooming of the Djiboutian youth comes after intense consultations on the reflection of the approach likely to stimulate the revitalizations of these structures of social integration. The event was attended by the Secretary General, Ms. Khadija Ibrahim Idris, the Director of INAP, Mr. Sharmak Idris Ali, and several other officials of the Secretary of State and INAPs involved in the project. For the international scene, about 15 African head states have arrived in Paris, the French capital, for the summit on reviving the continent's economy. The objective of this conference, initiated by French President Emmanuel Macron, is to find the financial resources to enable Africa to recover from its first recession in 25 years with a 2.1% deadline in its gross domestic product. Emmanuel Macron met with the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, with whom he discussed the rising violence between Israel and Palestine. France confirmed its support for the mediations undertaken by Egypt, Jordan, and Germany. Paul Kagame, the Rwandan president, also present, welcomed the normalization of relations between France and his country. The Sudanese delegation is led by Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok, went Monday afternoon to a conference dedicated to the democratic transitions in the country. The French government announced late this morning that it would provide 1.5 billion in financial assistance to help repay Sudanese debts to the International Monetary Fund. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.